Hi guys, this is BKWR, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the Mangmi Air X, which is a new device from Mangmi. I would want to first mention that Mangmi is not a sponsor of this video, nor am I related to this or any other company that might be mentioned in today's video to you guys. I paid for this device from my own money. As you can see, I bought the beige version of this device. In real life, it is a little bit like pinkish beige. I did not really see that myself from the beginning. However, my girlfriend, who is like a lot more specialized in seeing colors, let's say, told me that, and I cannot unsee it now. So this little device, I ordered this device for $75, I believe it was. So it's not really that much. I not only use it for playing some PSP games, but also for, as you can see, playing chess and even sometimes watching YouTube. I have to say that I'm pretty impressed by this device. It is pretty good at playing PSP games, especially those very much more demanding. I have not installed any PS2 games as of yet on this device, so stay tuned. I might do it in the future and I might show you the results later on. Today we're going to be comparing this device in terms of size to some other devices, so you can maybe see the difference for yourself in terms of pocketability and stuff like that. So here is the Mangmi Air X, and here we've got the R36S. As you can see, the Mangmi is a little bit bigger from the R36S. It is a lot taller. I'll try to show it maybe this way so you'll see it better. It is almost twice as long as the R36S, so it's a lot less pocketable. However, its thickness here is not really that bad, especially comparing it to the Anbernic RG Cube XX. Seeing this video, you would probably think, Anbernic is a lot smaller device, so it's probably going to be a lot more pocketable. However, it is in real life a lot wider device, which I'll try to show you here. And this width actually changes a lot, and I would very much more consider this device more pocketable than the Anbernic. Also, the thickness from this perspective is also a lot wider on the Anbernic compared to the Mangmi. And the performance, Mangmi just wipes out the Anbernic and the R36S out of the table, so it is something to also keep in mind. If you were considering buying this little device, the Anbernic one, I wouldn't really be recommending it at this point. I believe it's too weak for the price that you're paying, and you're not really getting that much. It's not something that we're going to be focusing in today's video on. However, it is something that I wanted to mention for you, because maybe you're considering buying this device or maybe some other Anbernic devices. Those devices are more comparable to the R36S, which is a lot cheaper, and I would very much recommend you getting this device instead of the Anbernic devices, especially for considering the price. This little device was around 15, maybe 16 euros. The Anbernic RG Cube XX was a lot more. I believe I paid around 60 euros for this one. And then the Mangmi Air X, I believe I paid $70 or $75 with the case included. So it was a pretty good price for this little handy device. And it is a device that I would very much recommend you to, especially as this device is running on Android. So you can basically install any apps you would want to use like on your phone, where else neither on the R36S and neither on the Anbernic RGCube XX. You cannot do it because they're running the Linux versions with the ArcOS. You can have a ArcOS, RetroArch, sorry, installed on your device, just like I have on the Mangmi Air X. However, the main operating system is Android, and it changes quite a lot of stuff. This device has got pretty nice joysticks. I would say that they feel pretty premium. And if I would compare them, these ones are a little bit more flimsy, and also the buttons on the R36S are a little bit more stiff. They're not bad, they don't feel cheap. I would actually consider those on the Anbernic RGCube XX to feel a little bit cheaper, to be honest, especially the joysticks. They're just horrible in my opinion. I don't like them at all, especially for the price I paid. But it isn't something that I can say on the Mangmi. I feel like the Mangmi is a very, very cool device, and I'm actually using it quite a lot since I've got it. As you can see, I'm mainly playing PSP games, so I can straight away I could recommend this device for the PSP games. I'm having no issues whatsoever running any of the PSP games, even these way more demanding than others. I will also be checking how do the PS2 games run on this device. I have not checked it yet. However, based on some other reviews on YouTube, I can say that it's not really as bad as you would have thought it might be. It's definitely not the device that you want to get for playing PS2 games, because it might be not enough for some more demanding titles. However, it's definitely not bad and a lot better than the other ones I've shown you today. If it comes to some other details, we do have a USB port, USB Type-C port. We also have a headphone jack and two pairs of speakers. On the top, we've got the buttons to change the volume, and also the power off buttons. I also want to say that I'm very nicely surprised by the trigger buttons on this device. They're very, very, very springy and kind of satisfying to click, which is pretty good, pretty nice. So it is something to keep in mind, as some other devices have some worse feeling ones. This R36S, these ones are not very bad. However, I would consider them to be worse than on the Mangmi Air X. And the absolute worst are on the Anbernic RGCube XX. You know, I am speaking about this device in every of my videos, as it's the worst device that I do have. It is my first device, so I am kind of like nostalgic about it, because it's my first retro console. However, it's not really something that I would recommend you buying, unfortunately, especially for the price that you're paying for it, because you can get a lot better device for a lot cheaper price. So it is something to keep in mind. Let's just now focus on how it all looks like if it comes to playing games. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you listen to how the speakers sound. You can compare them to my other video with the R36S. I feel like it might be something handy. And also, if you do enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. It really helps me to develop. I am paying for all these devices for my own money to kind of review them for you and show you whether or not it's worth buying them. So I will be very grateful for every like and every single subscriber that I'm going to get. And thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it really helps me develop myself further. If you're also thinking on about what am I doing on a daily basis, make sure to hop onto my channel and look out my other videos. I also done some charity videos from renovating studio monitors, which were placed on a bid for a small kid who needed some help with getting money for the doctors. And also I also do some music related stuff, as I'm a music producer. So yeah, let's just leave it at that. Now I'll let you here how these speakers sound, and so we're gonna play some games so you can see how they're run.
Hey, Louise.
Hey, Vic. How are you?
Getting better.
Well, all right.
Hey there.
You deserve good things, honey.
Maybe.
Better than this shit.
Hey, come on. You little bitch, move. Will the baby be okay back at your sister's?
Sure, she'll be just fine. I'm looking forward to having me some fun.
It's fashion underwear for kids, featuring all your favorite cartoon heroes, like Horny the Unicorn, Tapeworm, the Barbs, and from the movie Evacuator, Jack Howitzer Little Lacy Surprise.
Hi, I'm Jack Howitzer. I like slaying Cambodian villagers, but I really like little girls-themed underwear.
You leave those kids alone!
Somebody can't. Hey, stop it! Oh, crap!
You leave those kids alone!
You bastard! Somebody can't. Hey, stop it!
So, as you probably heard, these speakers are not very bad. They are much better on the Mangmi than on the R36S, and definitely better than on the Unburdened RG-Cube XX. Would I recommend you buying this device? Absolutely yes. I feel like this device is very much handy and very much worth getting. I did get a case which was included with this device. However, if you order it now, you might not get it. I do not know how does it work on the Mangmi website. So excuse me for that one. As I told you before, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I did pay for this device from my own money. I would want to also mention one more thing, because I did encounter some problems with Mangmi itself. I did order this device as soon as it launched. It was around 17th or 18th of the October, and I didn't receive it until almost the end of November. I do know that they might struggle with a lot of issues. However, I did email them specifically many times, so they would have shipped the device to me. It might be different in your case, however, it is something to keep in mind. I'm not quite sure how is it going to be looking like in the future, and this was my experience, so it is something I felt like sharing with you guys, as you know, I want to be truthful in these videos and not really you know, say something which would be far from the truth. Yeah, and also you can order this device without any SD card whatsoever. This was the option that I decided to go for, as I did have my own SD card, so I didn't need that one. However, it will require you to get some ROMs, so if you do have maybe some copies of games that you can extract the ROMs from, or maybe any other way, I'm not going to tell you how to get them. Yeah, however you're going to obtain them, is up to you, and then you can just put them on this device and play them. It plays really nicely the PSP games. It also handles pretty well all the Atari 2000, NES, SNES, also Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and all of these older systems like PSP as well, which is a little bit more advanced and demanding. I'm not quite sure how is it going to run the PS2 games. However, there will be a separate video on that, so stay tuned, guys. And yes, thank you very much once again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like to this video. It very much helps me develop. If there is something that you would want to share in the comments down below, it is up to you, and I will be replying to most of your comments, guys. I always try to reply to all, but it's not always possible. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day.